Jasmine, welcome to Us Weekly. So excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Loving you on the Valley. What's it like being the voice of reason?
It's been crazy. This group is wild, and you never know what you're going to expect with this group.
Right.
So I'm not surprised on all the things that are happening. I kind of just laugh at it sometimes.
What was kind of like expectations going into it? And now that it's wrapped, it's been a while. What's kind of your reaction to a lot of things that have unfolded in the past few months?
Yeah, I think going into it, I knew it was going to be, tough because, there's so many different personalities in this group. I knew there's going to be drama. I knew there's going to be so many, you're opening your life into, the whole world. I know I'm coming from The Bachelor.
Sure,
where it's just love and your feelings. And now it's like everything about your life. So I think that was a little scary going into it. But, I was like, I'm going to have fun with my friends. It's summer. I didn't expect all this crazy drama, like how intense it is, but I just knew it was going to be fun.
What was the advice that you were given before going into shooting something like this?
Just be yourself. I was talking to Brittany, about it. We were all nervous, a bunch of the girls. We're like, this is going to be crazy. We're opening our lives. But she's like, if you just be yourself and just be, true to who you are, you're going to have a good time.
Yeah. Was there anything going into it that you were like, maybe I'm not sure if I want to really open up about this? I know your relationship a bit. Yeah.
Well, my relationship, I was nervous, not about, showcasing that because it's something that we both want to do together. Unfortunately, she couldn't because she was under contract at this time. But I wanted to, do something with my partner. So I wasn't scared about that because it was just more of the thinking about how The Bachelor was, where people, your relationships, on, everyone can, judge and be critics. But at the same time, I just knew, we're so good and that we're going to be okay that, I think we're all right.
You're okay. Yeah. But seeing what happened to some of these other relationships, does it make you a little hesitant to put your relationship out there?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Watching everybody this summer and seeing how relationships are just I don't even have to say it.
Right.
You just know where all these relationships are going. It's hard to think that my relationship could be something like that, but I don't think it is because I just know me and Melissa, we actually communicate very well. And I think that some of these people in this group don't do that with their partner, and I'm like, maybe you just listen to your partner, you'll understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you as not kind of like an outsider looking into some of these relationships? Because obviously you're not with them every single day, but now that you were and filming, did you just want to shake them a little bit?
My gosh.
What are you doing?
It's so hard to watch conversations that they're having in private.
Yeah.
And it was sad as well. Jesse and Michelle, watching them, go through their struggles when they're alone. It's so different than seeing them together.
Sure.
When they're together, I think everybody's fine. But watching them privately, I want to be smacking Michelle, pay attention to Jesse, give him something, turn it up.
Right.
Or the same with watching how Jax talks to Brittany, he does it in front of us, but seeing how he does it in private, it's I just want to jump through the screen and shake him, wake up, what are you doing?
Right.
This isn't okay.
No, and I think a lot of people noticed how he spoke to her, especially up in Big Bear, and accusing her of drinking a lot, and that's why she was sick.
Yeah.
As her friend, was it hard for you to kind of hold yourself back a little bit and not go off on him? I guess. Yeah.
It was really hard watching him blow up on her because I want to support her, I want to be there, but at the same time, I didn't know what to do because I was in shock. I think our faces were wait, what's happening? They're having this fight right now. It's one of those things where you want to jump in, but maybe you should just take a step back.
Sure.
So it is hard in those moments.
It was interesting. I think Sheena spoke out and said that since Brittany is not with Jax, she hasn't been throwing up. She hasn't been did you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Brittany, honestly, her being away from Jax has brought this confidence and fire into her. She hasn't been sick, and she's just been thriving. I've never seen her happier right now. And the improvement she's doing in her body, her life is just crazy that she just took Jax out, and now she's winning,
thriving. Yeah. So she seems a lot happier.
Honestly, I saw her. Was it 2 weeks ago? She is happy. She's on her fitness goal thing she's got going on. She just it's a breath of fresh air just seeing her so happy.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably saw some of these pictures that emerged of Jax. We gotta prepare ourselves for this one.
Oh, yes.
What was your reaction?
I'm not surprised. Typical something that Jax does. I don't know the level of who this woman is or what's going on there. I don't know. I just feel I don't know if I believe it.
You don't know if you believe it?
Jax, he just moves in ways where I'm I thought you were trying to get back with Brittany. Like, I'm confused.
Do you think he almost does it in a way to kind of get under her skin?
Yes, that's what I think he's doing. I think he sees Brittany thriving and being happy and, like, you know, shining. Yeah. And maybe that's rubbing him the wrong way, possibly. I don't know.
Well, he does say in the episode, he was like, or the last episode, she'll never leave me. And I think he was kind of convinced that, like, she wouldn't have maybe the confidence to kind of move on and do life without him.
Yeah, I think Jax is so used to Brittany, like, just kind of falling in line and always being there, ride or die, which that is one thing I love about Brittany. She will ride for you, but I think he took that for granted. And now he's, like, scrambling. Oh, my God.
Right, what do I do?
What do I do?
Yeah. But do you think maybe that plan is going to back? Have you spoken to her since those pictures came out? Do you know how she's feeling?
I haven't spoken to her.
Okay.
I did speak to Zach because I think they're together.
Sure.
But he feels the same way. That's just Jax being Jax.
Jax being Jax, yeah. But she did post some things on her Instagram.
Did she?
A story about, like, you know, imagine what he's like behind closed doors. And
I did see that.
you know.
I mean, we all see it. I mean, behind closed doors, we're watching it. Like, I see what he did in front of us, and we see what's happening, like, on their date in private. Like, so I can imagine it's the same stuff he's doing in front of us, you know? So it's, her posting that is nothing new. It's like, I think we all know, Brittany, what's really happening.
Right. You know, there is a child involved, so that, you know, and he seems to be very loved, and they're doing a really good job co-parenting.
Yes, I will say that. Jax is a good father. That's one thing. He is a good dad. But I just don't know. I think him and Brittany just need time apart. Yeah.
Do you foresee them getting back together, or do you think that this was maybe like the final, like, being like Brittany's like, I don't know if I can do this anymore now?
I don't see them getting back together.
No.
Yeah. I want them to. I want all my friends to, like, be happy. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, if you're happy away from each other, then maybe that's a good thing. Yeah. You know? I don't know. I just don't see it.
Yeah. Do you know she's dating now, or is she just kind of focusing on...
I don't know if I can spill that. I don't want to, but I will say she is doing great. Like,
okay. All right.
Yeah, she's doing good.
Good to hear. And it seems like Michelle and Jesse are both happier apart, too.
Michelle's like a new person.
Is she?
I thought, like, when I first met Michelle, she was very, like, quiet and so, like, stoic and, like, just not giving me anything. I'm like, is something wrong? I always thought she was, like, sad, but now watching, I'm like, no reason I see why you were sad, because you were miserable, you know? And now her new boyfriend, she's so happy. I'm like, who is this new person? I don't even know who she is. Jesse, he's doing great. It's going to be interesting to see them together. I haven't seen them in the same room yet together, so I don't know how that's going to go. But they seem happy.
They seem happy. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting because dynamics obviously have shifted so much since you were filming last. How do you feel? Do you think it's going to be awkward? Do you think everybody's going to kind of work together in season 2?
You know, I don't know. I talked to Jesse the other day, and he was like, I don't know. I don't know if put me in a room with Michelle. I don't know if I'm going to talk to her. I'm like, what? Like, you have to talk to each other.
Yeah, you have to talk to each other.
We're all friends. Like, we can't have events in the summer and hang out. Or you can't go to my, like, birthday party and, you know, not talk to each other. I don't know. I just feel like they have to figure out a way to make it all come together. And the group, like, everyone's fighting. I wish we had a reunion.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I needed this reunion so bad in my life.
There's so much stuff we need to, like, talk about. So much stuff we need to, like, get off our chest. Yes. And it's, I don't know.
I feel like you all should just get in a room and just do it yourselves.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, every day I wake up, somebody's on a podcast saying something new. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh. Which friendship for you changed the most?
The most has changed since the beginning. I think right now, my relationship with Kristen.
Okay.
In the beginning, it was, you know, really, it was, like, tested a lot with all the, you know, the telephone game and things like that. But, like, you know, after wrapping film, we definitely got closer and had conversations and just kind of, you know, bringing back how we used to be. Because I think before that it was all, like, gossip, and never having a chance to, like, sit down and actually talk about, like, what's really going on, the root of the problem, why'd you do this, and why'd you, you know, act the way you did. But now we're just kind of, like, in a good space. Right. And, like, I love that. Because I love Kristen. She has a soft spot.
Do you feel like she was kind of, like, wrongfully accused this season? And where did the fault kind of lie?
Yeah, I will say Kristen doesn't lie. And I know I did call her a liar that first episode, but in that moment, I was just like, you're not going to put this on me because I know what the conversation was. But Kristen, I will say she doesn't lie. She just gets her information mixed up a lot. So she's not a liar. And sorry, I don't want to answer.
Who do you feel like was kind of at fault for all of these? Was it Janet, Harriet the Spy, that you called her, which I love?
Oh my God!
Was it Jax?
It was the pink boots. Okay, it was all his fault. No. Honestly, with this group, it's always something that gets mixed up. It's a game of telephone all the time. I will say, I think a lot of it kind of started with Janet saying something which got twisted. So I think we all had a part to play and everything. So I don't want to put it on one person. Yeah. But it just got twisted.
Yeah. How are you and Janet?
We're good right now. We're in a good place. There's definitely some things I definitely want to talk to her about that I'm like, it's hard watching. When you watch the show back, it's interesting to see because you're in it. You don't look at it, at a certain lens, and you watch back, and you're like, "Holy crap! Like that's a little weird." Or,
right.
I have, I question certain things, but I'm gonna say season 2.
A season, yes.
If we're gonna be on season 2,
right? For that. Definitely, you will be. What if you were at the reunion? What is that one thing that you really wanted to clear up, or you hoped the group as a whole would come to some sort of understanding?
Ooh.
I know.
Where do I begin? I guess the whole, just the whole Kristen and the race comment in the beginning, because I feel like, for me, I just felt bad. It's my first time meeting Michelle, and the fact that this was even supposed to be something we're talking behind her back, and I just wish that maybe Janet and Kristen would have had a conversation before or something to get to the bottom of what really happened there, because I still think it's still fuzzy and no one's taking accountability of what really happened. I don't know. It's a mess.
It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a little mess.
Yeah, reunion. Great.
Right? Are Danny and Nia as perfect as they seem?
No. No. Well, just watch tonight's episode.
I know. I haven't seen the screener, so you have to kind of fill me in because we can post this afterwards. But I know that he kind of maybe has a little bit too much to drink. And you see, it's kind of leading up. He's, obviously has newborn twins. It's a lot. They're getting very limited amount of sleep. Nia's dealing with some postpartum depression. So, do we kind of see Danny unravel a little bit?
Yeah, you definitely see, I think, the dark side of Danny in this episode. I just think he has a lot going on, and I'm not saying that's an excuse or anything for his behavior, but I think people are going to see a different side of him and be okay, they're not so perfect. They're normal just like everyone else. So I think that's going to be good to watch tonight.
Yeah. Did that kind of come out of left field for you?
Yeah, because Danny's always been this perfect guy. Everything's so put together. They have this great life, marriage, kids. You just look at them oh, you want to be them. But I always say no one's perfect.
Right.
So to see that side come out of him, it's everybody has. But it was nice to see that he's human.
Right.
Not this. We're so perfect.
Sure.
Guys, you guys aren't perfect. So.
You're just like the rest of us.
It's okay to let loose. So I think, it was just interesting to see that.
Do you know if this show has put any strain or helped their marriage at all since cameras were rolling?
I don't know. I think they say that it makes them stronger. I don't know. I haven't really talked to them about their relationship or anything since filming, but I'm sure it probably was hard to deal with. You'll see, on this episode, Nia definitely was, I guess struggling with how Danny's acting, so I'm sure that maybe put a little strain on their relationship. But they seem like they're doing great. Yeah.
As a whole girl group, are the girls strong now?
Yes.
Okay. All the girls are good,
and that's why I really am hopeful that the group will bring it back and get Kristen back in here, because I think we're all figuring out how to include her. I don't like the whole icing out thing. I think it's so stupid and dumb. It's if you have a problem with somebody, just say you have a problem with them.
Sure,
ice somebody out.
And just move on.
I don't like you.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know.
There's always rumors going around that maybe, some people from Vanderpump would join the cast a little bit more, like Lala or Sheena, because they're living in the Valley. How would you feel about that? Because I feel like this group works so well together, but how would you feel about that?
I don't know. I think Jax, I agree with Jax. He said that I don't think we need them. I truly don't think we need them. We have this great dynamic on the show right now, and we just have so much stuff that we need to handle.
Yes.
I don't even know what it would be like to have Sheena coming in and Lala.
Yeah.
And Lala's pregnant too. I'm we just had a pregnant girl. We don't need another pregnant person. Janet was pregnant last season. Can we just leave that in the past?
Right, yes.
So I don't know how that would work. I get it. they have a lot of history with Kristen and Jax and Brittany, but at the same time, this is a whole new like thing. So, but I love Sheena. I would love to like have her around, of course. Yeah. But I don't know if we need them over here.
Sure. Are you friends with that friend group as well?
Yeah, me and Sheena are really close friends.
Okay.
I'm not as close with Lala, but I, you know, hung out with her, you know, worked with her, etc., things like that.
Definitely. Are you still close with a lot of people from Bachelor world?
Only a few. I have like my few girls, Raven, Alexis, and Danielle. Those are my 3 girls. We always text every day. Those are like my best friends.
Okay. Are they like watching The Valley religiously?
They're so funny. I'm actually going to do Alexis. She has a podcast, so I'm going to be a guest on there.
Very fun. Yeah. What do you think of Nick just having a baby?
Oh my God. Yes, Nick Vile, Lord. I mean, he's doing great. He's killing it. You know, more power to him. But I just still don't understand the whole him giving advice to women. That's the part I'm confused.
What confuses you the most about that?
I just didn't understand that he was like this relationship
guru.
But what do I know? I've been so disconnected from The Bachelor for a couple years, so I don't know. Maybe I missed something.
Yeah, you didn't get that vibe.
Maybe I missed something. I just woke up one day, I was like, oh, he's a relationship expert? Had no idea.
Are you surprised that his podcast is as successful?
No, I'm not surprised because Bachelor Nation is, they will ride for you. So, yeah, not surprised.
Yeah. Do you still have a good feeling looking back at your Bachelor days? Was it an overall good experience?
Honestly, it was so long ago.
Yeah,
it was such a different part of my life. And like, I was so young and just kind of like in a different mindset. So I look back and I'm just like, okay, that was fun. It was a little crazy. Yeah. But, you know, I got like the best friends out of it. And it was a good like experience.
Definitely. Yeah. So with season 2, if we're coming back and doing everything, will we see more of your relationship then in season 2? Because I know you said your girlfriend was under contract and everything, so we will see more of that.
I hope so. So like that's our, I mean, I'm praying, God willing, that's our goal. Like, you know, we signed on the beginning for both of us. You know, the network wanted both of us together. So I'm hoping they continue still want that because, you know, she is a big part of my life. You know, we want to get engaged and get married. These are things we want to do. And it's like, I can't, you know, just like not
pretend it's
not
happening.
Yeah, like, it's my life, so I need her in there. So hopefully that will be, you know, happening.
Good. And is Zach back in the group? Or is Zach okay?
It sucks. It's like having your friends here and there. It's so difficult.
Right.
It's like, why can't we just all be cool with each other?
Yes.
It's like if you don't like somebody to have a conversation. But Zach, he's still in the group. He, you know, I think he has definitely learned a lot this past year, and like, you know, he can be a little crazy and dramatic, but he's a good person. And I think he sometimes gets like the bad like rep because, you know, he's best friends with Kristen, so people just loop him in, like, and they think because Kristen's crazy, and like, hey, people label her that. We're all crazy, okay? Like, we're on reality TV, right? We're all crazy. So, but Zach's cool. I just think he just kind of got, you know, pushed to the side because